BanaBanaKids.
Shark. Shark are strong fish that live in the ocean. They have sharp teeth and powerful fins, which make them great hunters. But not all sharks are scary. Many are calm and just swim peacefully. Sharks are very important because they keep the ocean healthy by balancing the food chain. Whale. Whale are the biggest animals in the world. Even though they live in the ocean, they are not fish. They are mammals, just like us. That means they breathe air and take care of their babies with milk. Whales sing beautiful songs, dive deep, and some even jump high out of the water, making a big splash. Dolphin. Dolphins are smart and playful animals that live in the ocean. They breathe air like us and love to jump, splash, and swim together in groups. Dolphins talk to each other using clicks and whistles, almost like their own secret language. They are friendly, fast, and love to help each other. Dory fish, also called blue tang, are bright blue fish with a yellow tail. They live in warm oceans and love swimming around coral reefs. Coral reefs are like their colorful playground under the sea. Dory fish are not very big, but they are very famous because of their shiny colors and friendly look. Clownfish. Clownfish are small, orange fish with white stripes. They live in the ocean inside sea anemones, plants with soft, wiggly arms that protect them. Clownfish and sea anemones are best friends. The anemone keeps the clownfish safe, and the clownfish helps keep the anemone clean. Lobster. Lobsters are big sea animals with hard shells and 2 strong claws. They use their claws to catch food and protect themselves. Lobster live on the bottom of the ocean, hiding under rocks or in the sand. They can walk slowly with their many legs, but when they get scared, they flip their tails and zoom backward really fast. Lionfish. Lionfish are colorful fish with long, spiky fins that look like a lion's mane. They live in the ocean and move slowly, but those spines help protect them from other animals. Even though lionfish look very pretty with their stripes, they can be dangerous because their spines are venomous. Blue-ringed octopus. Blue-ringed octopus are tiny octopus that live in the ocean. They are usually small and can hide very well. But when they feel scared, bright blue rings suddenly glow on their bodies like little neon lights. Even though they look beautiful, they are also very dangerous. Whale shark. Whale shark are the biggest fish in the whole ocean. But don't worry, they are gentle giants. Even though they have a huge mouth, they don't eat people. They only eat tiny plankton and small fish. Whale sharks swim slowly and peacefully, and many people think they are very beautiful with their spotted skin, like polka dots. Next are anglerfish. Anglerfish are deep sea fish that live far, far down in the dark ocean. On their heads, they have a special fishing rod with a glowing light at the end. They use this light to trick other fish. When a small fish comes close to the glowing light, the anglerfish quickly opens its big mouth and chomp! It gets its food. Crab. Crab are sea animals with hard shells and 10 legs. 2 of their legs are claws, which they use like hands to grab food or protect themselves. Crab don't walk straight like us. They move sideways, which makes them look funny and unique. They live on beaches, in the ocean, and sometimes hide under rocks. Cuttlefish. Cuttlefish are amazing sea animals that look a little like squids. They can change their skin color and patterns super fast like magic. This helps them hide from bigger fish or surprise their food. Cuttlefish have special arms with suckers to catch food, and they are very smart for their size. They can even squirt ink to escape when they feel in danger. Flying fish! Flying fish are amazing fish that can jump out of the water and glide through the air. Their fins are long and wide like wings, which help them fly above the sea to escape from bigger fish. They don't fly like birds, but they can glide for many meters before splashing back into the ocean. Hermit crab. Hermit crab are little crabs that don't have hard shells on their backs. So they borrow empty seashells to live in, like carrying a tiny house wherever they go. When they grow bigger, they leave their old shell and move into a new, bigger one. Narwhal. Narwhals are amazing whales that live in the cold Arctic Ocean. They are special because the males have a super long tooth that looks like a unicorn horn. Narwhal use this horn to sense things in the water and sometimes to play with other narwhals. Sea dragon. Sea dragon is a magical-looking animal that lives in the ocean. It is related to seahorses, but it has long, leafy fins that make it look like a dragon from a fairy tale. Sea dragons use their leafy fins to blend in with seaweed so they can hide from predators. They eat tiny shrimp and plankton by sucking them up with their long, thin snout. Seahorse. Seahorse is a tiny sea animal that looks like a horse, but it lives in the ocean. It has a long nose, a curly tail, and swims standing up, which makes it very special. Seahorses are also amazing parents. Did you know the daddy seahorse carries the babies in his pouch until they are born? Walrus. Walrus is a big animal that lives in the cold Arctic. It has long tusks, whiskers, and thick skin to keep it warm. Walrus love to rest on ice and dive into the water to eat clams and other seafood. They are gentle giants of the sea, and their big tusks make them look really cool. Orca. Orca, also called the killer whale, is a big black and white whale that lives in the ocean. It is not scary to people, but it is a strong hunter and eats fish, seals, and sometimes even other whales. They talk to each other using special sounds and work together to catch food. Sea turtle. Sea turtle is a big, gentle animal that lives in the ocean. It has a hard shell to protect its body. and strong flippers to swim far, far away. Sea turtles eat plants and jellyfish, and they can travel across the whole sea to start their ocean adventure. Pufferfish. Pufferfish is a funny little fish that lives in the ocean. When it feels scared, it can puff up its body like a big round ball, just like a balloon. This helps it stay safe from bigger fish. Some pufferfish even have tiny spikes that pop out when they blow up. They look cute, but they are also very clever. Salmon. Salmon is a special fish that loves to travel. It grows up in the big ocean, but when it's time to lay eggs, it swims back to the river where it was born, like going on a magical journey home. Salmon are amazing jumpers too, leaping over rocks and waterfalls as they swim. They are like the adventurers of the fish world. Squid. Squid is a sea animal with a soft body, big eyes, and 10 arms. It uses its arms to grab food like fish and shrimp. Squids can swim very fast by squirting water, almost like a rocket. When they are scared, they spray black ink to hide. Even though they look funny, squids are smart and amazing creatures of the sea. Next are angelfish. Angelfish are beautiful fish that live in the ocean. They come in bright colors like yellow, blue, and orange, and their fins look like wings, just like an angel. That's why people call them angelfish. Angelfish love to swim around coral reefs where they find food and play. They are gentle, graceful, and very pretty to watch. Hammerhead shark. Hammerhead sharks are special sharks with heads shaped like a hammer. Their wide heads help them see really well and find food in the ocean. Hammerhead sharks like to swim in groups called schools, and they look super cool gliding through the water together. So, hammerhead sharks are like the hammer-headed explorers of the sea. Clam. Clam is a sea animal that lives inside a hard shell. The shell is like its little house, protecting it from danger. Clams usually stay buried in the sand at the bottom of the ocean. Clams eat by filtering water. They suck in water, trap tiny food like plankton, and let the clean water go back out. Pearl oyster. Pearl oyster is a special kind of shell that lives in the sea. Sometimes a tiny grain of sand or something small gets inside its shell. To protect itself, the oyster covers that little thing with shiny layers again and again. After a long time, it becomes a beautiful pearl. Starfish. Starfish is a sea animal that looks just like a star, but it lives under the ocean. Even though we call it a fish, it's not really a fish. It has no gills and no bones. Starfish usually have 5 arms, and if one arm breaks off, they can grow it back like magic. Megalodon. Megalodon was the biggest shark that ever lived in the ocean, much bigger than a school bus. It lived millions of years ago, long before people were around. Megalodon had giant teeth as big as a human hand, and it was a super strong hunter. But don't worry, it's extinct now, which means it doesn't live anymore. Sea snail. Sea snail is a small ocean animal that carries a shell on its back, just like a tiny house. The shell keeps it safe and is often very colorful and pretty. Sea snails move slowly across rocks and sand, using their soft body called a foot. They eat plants or tiny animals, and some even hide inside their shells when they feel scared. Seal. Seal is a playful animal that lives in the ocean, but also rests on the beach or ice. It has smooth fur, big eyes, and flippers that help it swim fast like a fish. Seal love to dive, play, and eat fish or squid. They can hold their breath for a long time underwater. Shrimp. Shrimp is a small animal that lives in the ocean. It has a long body, lots of little legs, and 2 long feelers called antennae to help it explore. Shrimp are great swimmers and can move super fast by flipping their tails. Shrimp eat tiny plants and animals in the water, helping to keep the ocean clean. Tiger shark. Tiger shark are big, powerful sharks that live in the ocean. They get their name because young tiger shark have dark stripes on their bodies, just like a tiger. Tiger shark are curious and eat many kinds of sea animals. They are very important because they help keep the ocean balanced and healthy. Electric eel. Electric eel are long, snake-like fish that live in rivers. They are special because they can make electricity inside their bodies, like a living battery. When they feel scared or need to catch food, they send out a little electric shock. This helps them stay safe and strong. Jellyfish. Jellyfish are soft, squishy animals that float in the ocean. They don't have bones, a heart, or even a brain, but they can still swim and glow beautifully in the dark. Jellyfish use their long, wiggly tentacles to catch tiny food. Some can give a little sting, so it's best to watch them from far away. Manta ray. Manta ray are giant, gentle fish with wide fins that look like wings. When they swim, it looks like they're flying underwater, so graceful and calm. They eat tiny plankton by opening their big mouths while gliding through the sea. Even though they are huge, they are very gentle and not dangerous. Nudibranch. Nudibranch are small sea creatures with super bright colors and amazing patterns, like living rainbows underwater. They don't have shells, so their colors help warn other animals not to bother them. Nudibranch move slowly on the ocean floor and love to eat tiny plants and animals. So, nudibranch are like the rainbow fairies of the sea. Octopus. The octopus is a sea animal with 8 arms that help it swim, crawl, and catch food. It has no bones, so it can squeeze into very small spaces, just like magic. Octopus are also very smart. They can change their color to hide and even squirt ink when they feel scared. This makes them one of the coolest creatures in the ocean. Sea otter. Sea otter is a super cute animal that lives in the ocean. They have soft, thick fur that keeps them warm in the cold water. Sea otters love to float on their backs, and sometimes they even hold hands with other otters so they don't drift away. They are also very clever. Sea otters use rocks as tools to crack open shells and eat yummy seafood like clams and crabs. Barracuda. Barracuda are long, fast fish that live in the ocean. They have sharp teeth and look a little bit like underwater rockets because they can swim super quickly. Barracuda like to chase smaller fish for food. Even though they might look scary, they are an important part of the sea because they help keep the ocean balanced. Butterfly fish. Butterfly fish are small, colorful fish that live in the ocean. They get their name because their bright colors and patterns make them look like butterflies flying underwater. Butterfly fish love swimming around coral reefs where they eat tiny plants and animals. Banggai cardinalfish. Banggai cardinalfish are small, pretty fish that come from Indonesia. They have silver bodies with black stripes and long, flowy fins that make them look very fancy. These fish like to swim in groups near coral reefs and sea plants where they can hide and feel safe. Even though they are tiny, they are very special because they only live in certain places in the ocean. Codfish. Codfish are big fish that live in the cold ocean. They have greenish or brownish bodies with spots, and they are very good swimmers. Codfish like to eat smaller fish and sometimes crabs. People often catch cod because they are healthy to eat and give us lots of energy. Codfish are important for both the ocean and humans. Sawfish. Sawfish are amazing fish with long, flat noses that look like a big saw. They use this saw to stir up sand and catch little fish or crabs to eat. Sawfish live in rivers and oceans, and even though they look a bit scary, they are usually calm and gentle. Dugong. Dugong are big, gentle sea animals that look a little like manatees. They have round bodies, flippers like arms, and a tail shaped like a dolphin's. Dugong love to eat seagrass, so people sometimes call them the cows of the sea. They swim slowly and peacefully, making them very calm and friendly animals. Swordfish. Swordfish is a big fish with a very long, sharp nose that looks like a sword. That's why it's called a swordfish. Swordfish are super fast swimmers, some of the fastest in the ocean. They use their long sword to help catch smaller fish to eat. Spotted eagle ray. Spotted eagle ray is a beautiful sea animal with a flat body and long, thin tail. Its back is covered with white spots, which makes it look very special. Spotted eagle rays swim gracefully, almost like they are flying underwater with their wide fins. They love to eat clams, crabs, and small fish. Moray eel. Moray eel are long, snake-like fish that hide in rocks and coral reefs. They open and close their mouths all the time. It looks scary, but that's just how they breathe. Moray eel come in many colors, like green, brown, or spotted, and they like to peek out from their rocky homes to surprise little fish. Mackerel. Mackerel are fast, shiny fish that live in the ocean. Their bodies are silver with dark stripes, which make them look sleek and strong. Mackerel love to swim in big groups, moving quickly like a team. They are also very healthy to eat and give people lots of energy. Tuna. Tuna is a big, shiny fish that swims super fast in the ocean. It is so strong that it can travel very far, almost like a racer of the sea. Tuna like to swim together in groups and eat smaller fish. They are amazing ocean creatures that show us how powerful and speedy fish can be. Herring. Herring are small, shiny silverfish that love to swim together in big groups called schools. When they all move at the same time, it looks like a giant silver wave in the ocean. Herrings are very important because many bigger sea animals, like whales and dolphins, eat them. Scallop. Scallop is a sea animal that has a shell shaped like a fan. That's why people call it a fan shell. Scallops live on the sandy bottom of the ocean. When they feel danger, they can swim by quickly opening and closing their shells like clapping hands in the water. They eat tiny plants and animals called plankton. Stingray. Stingray is a flat fish that looks like it has wings. It swims gracefully, almost like it's flying under the water. Stingray like to rest on the sandy ocean floor, and they eat crabs, clams, and small fish. Sometimes they even hide by covering themselves with sand. Triggerfish. Triggerfish is a colorful fish that lives in the ocean. It has bright patterns and strong teeth to bite shells and crabs. Triggerfish are very smart and can lock their fins like a trigger to hide safely in rocks. They may be small, but they are brave and clever fish of the sea. Sea cucumber. Sea cucumber is a funny animal that lives at the bottom of the ocean. It looks like a cucumber, but it's not a vegetable, it's a sea creature. Sea cucumbers move slowly on the sand and eat tiny bits of food, helping to keep the ocean clean. When they feel scared, some can squirt out sticky strings to protect themselves. Next are anchovies. Anchovies are very small fish, as tiny as your little finger. They have shiny silver bodies and like to swim together in big groups in the ocean. When they swim, it looks like the water is sparkling. Sardine. Sardines are tiny, shiny fish that live in the ocean. They love to swim together in big groups, like one big family. When they swim, they sparkle like silver stars under the sea. People eat sardine because they are full of goodness. They help us grow strong and healthy. Sea urchin. Sea urchin is a round ocean animal covered with sharp spines, like a living ball of spikes. The spines help protect it from predators, and they can even move to help the sea urchin crawl slowly on the ocean floor. Sea urchins eat tiny plants and algae using a special mouth with 5 little teeth underneath their body. Horseshoe crab. Horseshoe crab are ancient sea animals that look like crabs, but they're not really crabs at all. They have hard, round shells shaped like a horse's shoe and a long tail that helps them flip over if they get stuck. Horseshoe crab have been living on Earth for hundreds of millions of years, long before the dinosaurs.
BanaBanaKids.
Thanks for watching.